morning, Pastor Steve here. Uh, Next chapter, verse 6. When the word came to Sanballat, Tobiah, Geshem the Arab, and the rest of our enemies that I had rebuilt the wall and not a gap was left in it, though up to that time I had not set the doors and the gates, Sanballat and Geshem sent me the message, "Come, let us meet together in one of the villages of the plain of Ono." But they were scheming to harm me. So I sent messengers to them with this reply, "I am carrying on a great project, and I cannot go down. Why should the work stop while I leave it and go down to you?" 4 times they sent me the same message. Each time I gave them the same answer. I don't know about you, but I get discouraged sometimes. Voices inside of me that, what's the use? What's your purpose anyway? Are you doing any good? It makes you want to quit sometimes. And if it was your own job and your own work that did things, I guess it would be just as well to quit. But it is good to make sure that your motive and your mission is God-honoring. But I personally tend to be so introspective once in a while that I get into a blue funk. I mean, I know it's really the voice of my pride, maybe wanting to be applauded, or maybe trusting my natural abilities to get God's job done and falling short of it. Could be anything. Sometimes the voices that discourage come from outside. People mock God and His simple gospel. It's foolishness to them. Sometimes, more often, my voices come from inside. Inside my heart, there are ones that are based on pride or self-protection. But then there's those dear people who say, in a vulnerable moment, when I'm tired, they're the ones who say, I said, I'm going to go on vacation. And one guy said, "Oh, for what? I thought you were always on vacation." The old me would have dealt with that. I just had to smile. Oh, by the way, someone else dealt with it. I get distracted from the work, and I'm tempted to give it up. I don't work just one day a week. Pastors don't just work one day a week. Not at all. But in my heart, I know that what I am involved in, and what the church is involved in, and what Biker Bible Institute stand for, is bigger than all of us. And I have to stand up and say, I cannot come down. I will not come down, for I'm involved in a great work. When the sermon well runs dry, and it does, that's why I took a long break from the Ponders. When tiredness overtakes me, when the voices inside try to distract. I remember what a dear, respected old pastor friend of mine told me a long time ago. And he'd pastored a place for 40 years. And I asked him one time, "Pastor Ed, how did you stay so long?" He said, "Well, every time I'm tempted to quit, June says, 'Ed, why give up now?'" She was his voice, as my wife is so often mine, that reminds me this is God's work, and we're doing a good thing. And you might just need to say it again and again and again. I cannot come down. I will not come down, for I am involved in a great work. You ponder that, Pastor Steve.